Hey there, fellow collectors. 5 Lincoln cents, each struck on the wrong planchet, have just sold at auction for a ridiculous amount each. I thought this would be a really fun video. These are from silver dime planchets to aluminum blanks. These are far from your everyday coins, so they're really cool. Not to mention they bring in tens of thousands of dollars. So if you were ever lucky enough to find one of these extraordinary errors in your pocket change or in an old collection, you would be sitting on big money. If you're new to the channel, we're going to cover verified auction results and really rare mint errors in this video. Every coin you're about to see sold this year in 2025 and was graded by NGC or PCGS. But let's get into it. Our first coin is a 1928 Lincoln cent that struck on a dime planchet. It's graded XF45 by NGC, and it weighs just 2.5 grams, the weight of a 90% silver dime. I think this is one of the biggest things with off-metal cents or off-metal errors is the weight. With this one being 2.5 grams, the weight of a 90% silver dime, it's immediately obvious something is unusual. The rim is soft except below the bust, and in the phrase, "In God we trust," it spreads towards the edge. This is a classic sign of a strike on an undersized planchet. The high points of the design are lightly brought up, and there's a few small spots that are scattered across what really is clean surfaces. So despite the silver gray appearance, this coin was briefly circulated before it was put into a collection. Coins like this really show how creative or accidental minting errors can be. This thing sold in August of 2025 for over $3,000. Next, we have a 1938 S Lincoln cent struck on a dime planchet also. So like the previous coin, it's graded XF45. It weighs 2.5 grams, but the off-metal strike is flush with the collar die. So this produces sharp details on the date, the mint mark, and right wheat ear lines. The rim is soft across most of this coin, so the phrase "In God we trust" is spreading towards the edge. The L in Liberty shows only its tail. The surfaces are minimally marked, with natural luster glinting from that untoned metal. What's particularly cool is that this San Francisco coin has less than 1/10 the mintage of its Philadelphia cousin. So it makes it extremely, extremely rare. This sold August 28th of 2025 for $10,200. Off-metal coins often show unusual spreading and soft rims compared to the normal cents. Our third coin is a 1980 D Lincoln cent, so way newer, struck on a 90% silver dime blank. Now this one's graded really high, MS64 by NGC. It weighs 2.5 grams. It's an incredibly rare post-1964 coin. Most Denver mint cents of this era can be found on clad dime planchets, but silver dime planchets are really scarce, especially before silver proof set production resumed in '92. Perhaps a mint worker or visitor slipped a few blanks in or something like that. There's always crazy stuff going on at the mint. The strike is flush near the 6 o'clock mark with the tops of "In God We Trust" nearly touching the edge. Smooth, satiny surfaces are really beautiful on this coin. It sold in August of 2025 for $18,000. For modern silver planchet cents, subtle toning and near edge spreading are really key indicators that you're looking at a genuine off-metal strike. Coin number 4 is perhaps the most famous modern mint rarity. The 1977 Lincoln cent struck on an aluminum planchet. This one's graded MS60 by NGC at just a little over 1 gram. It's a tiny fraction of the usual 3.11 gram cent. Almost all aluminum cents from the 70s were melted down, so this is the only known 1977 aluminum cent. Previously an error specialist Fred Weinberg's collection for over 20 years, it may have been an intentional mint error, a pattern, or a leftover from the 74-75 aluminum cent production. Untoned surfaces show a good strike and a beautiful satin luster. This sold for $50,000. $6,400 in 2025. Our final coin is the 1964 D Lincoln cent, struck on a silver dime planchet. This was graded about uncirculated 55 by PCGS. It's less dramatic in value than the others, but it still demonstrates that fascinating world of off-metal strikes. Circulated briefly before being saved by a collector, it shows light wear, but retains that great charm. It's sold on May 4th, 2025 for $1,200. So even circulated off-metal cents can be really, really valuable. Don't dismiss that lightly worn coin if the metal looks unusual. Now, I think the market takeaway is these 5 coins demonstrate why wrong Planchet Lincoln cents are among the craziest and most sought-after modern mint heirs. From dime to aluminum blanks, rarity, grade, and story, these are dramatically going to affect the value. XF and MS grades can mean the difference between a few $1,000s and tens of thousands of dollars. Collectors pay attention not just to the strike and luster, but also to how unusual the metal is. So together, these coins brought in over 80 grand at auction just in 2025. So if you're chasing modern era cents, look for off-metal strikes. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to find one of these and really cash in. Examine the rim for softness, spreading in the lettering, strike alignment, and surface toning. You'll want to verify provenance by getting it graded and authenticated. These factors are really the most crucial for ensuring you're buying a legitimate one or you have a legitimate one with high value to it. So which of these wrong Planchet Lincoln cents would you add to your collection? I think most people might jump at that 77 aluminum cent, but maybe you'll pick differently. Maybe you like one of the looks of the others. So let me know in the comments, and let me know what you've been coming across in your collectible searches in the comments also. I will see you there, and I'll see you in the next video.